What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a really special guest in the building. Listen, this man has been putting out music from in the late 80s till right now, 2022. His breakout hit was El Shaddai. He's also put out songs like The Earth is the Lord. He has new music right now called On Repeat and Settle Down and so much more. You know, we have in the building today, we have Jamali in the building today. What's going on, my brother?
I'm saying to you, thank you for the great intro, Muscle. Saying happy to be here with you, man, for share this vibe with you, you know? It's been a while.
Thank you so very much for coming to the Entertainment Report podcast today.
Yes. Yeah, man. It's pleasure is mine, man. Yes, man.
Definitely. Because somebody like you, I know you have a very interesting story because of what you've been doing, where you've been wrong, and all this stuff. And today we're going to discover all of these hidden stories that you've had all this time here.
Oh my God, Muscle. You sure you want to do that?
You know what? As we go down the path, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, yes, I say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
On this podcast, we like to go right from the beginning and then bring it up to right now. So my first question for you is this. Where did you grow up in Jamaica and what type of child were you?
Pretty much, you know, are you to, yeah, where everybody never know. Yeah, we come like the black sheep of the family. I was like the last 9 of 10 children, you know.
Okay.
So not casting any aspersions. I mean, I say is that pretty much was there, you know, but not there. You see me? I say,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
And where did you grow up in Jamaica?
In Clarendon, Clarendon.
Coming up in Clarendon, what was it? What was Veer like at that time there when you were just coming up as a child in Clarendon at that time?
Well, you know, in my time when I was growing up in Clarendon, in Racecourse Clarendon, it was like the end of an era to a level, you know, because I could pretty much tell by the time I was probably like 7 or 8 that there were better times. So may I say in my district. You get what I say? And it was like a hub for surrounding like 4 or 5 different communities because, you know, it like, you know, like I would say a 4 or 5 block radius. I was living, you know, next to the dance hall, the theater, the public library, the post office. I was like right in the center. And this was also the era where, you know, all the surrounding communities, this is where they would gather to party. So if you get what I'm saying, may have a eclectic mix of people. You have people in my neighborhood who had names like St. Thomas and Westmoreland and St. Anne.
Mm-hmm.
And that only this depict, you know, where them originally from. You get what I'm saying? So also in my community, it was I guess was a time that we discover say what we have as our motto out of many one people was really exemplified in my neighborhood, you know, because you had, you know, we had Jewish and Chinese neighbor, I have Indians, a lot of Indians in my neighborhood, and I had you know, a prominent so-called white people, you know, Europeans that, you know, that I grew up seeing, you know. So it was pretty much our era where, you know, every weekend we could have, you know, there's music playing around me all the time because there were several dances, you know, people, you know, who have their own land and residents who built a dance hall onto them home. A section of one one piece and say, okay, this is a dancehall, and you know, you have different sound like Black Lion and Choice 4, and you understand text and them sound that when we grew up come see way before, you know, bodyguard times, you know. You get what I'm saying? So it was always, music was always going off in my community, and our own market, our own park. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that kind of add to, you know, different. We kind of feel like we get a mix of the world from early. Same place in the Race Course, Clarendon there.
Right there. And is this where Cocoa Tea is from?
Yes, well, not the general area, Western Clarendon, but he's from like what would you call it now? Southeast of me. Well, I'm southwest, he's southeast, more like you know, Rocky Point, which, you know, the neighborhood I am from, they join on the coast, they join on the sea coast.
Mhm.
You know, on the land, it's a whole different. You can be considered a whole different community
Mhm.
by itself. You know, that's where Cocotee is from. You know, it's a great place. You know, some real have history down at the place there. Yes,
For sure.
yeah,
So
man.
even so, you said growing up as a child, you were considered the black sheep. Why would you say you were the black sheep out of the
All right, not in a bad way though. You see me I say. I think we become a black sheep after me turn Rasta still, but you could have say, you know, elements of it. Me attack, as I say, all we grew up in a Jamaica, we have we have parents who will do the utmost best, you know, for you, for fundamentally, you know, and they usually, you don't know, in our community, you know, family, it's like a local moral, and people go along with what everybody else doing, and you get what I'm saying. So my family was an exemplary family. Still, I'm saying with comparison to my brothers and sisters, me pale in comparison, you know, being the ninth one, you know the way they. So first of all, me never talk till me a certain age. You know the way they interestingly. Yeah. Then one day them claim say me just get up and start read. Them say nobody never teach me to read. That is the next thing again, which me can't understand to this day.
Mhm.
So me I say, so, you know, realize that some of us come do a special work, you know that way there? And it's good. Well, really literally all of us, you know that way there. But a few of us really get fit, tap into that thing there and realize say, I found them are you, the signs that show you. You know what I mean? So when me say so, it's not to really cast aspersions or to say we actually grew up in a family where, yeah man, a good family. You see me I say. So
Good to go.
we just I say that to say, you know, looking back, it come like when you check everything now, like you want to ask about the music business, right? You know. But me so happy for when me go through all that, when me go through, you know, in a every step of the way, it's like me get to observe and see not only with the outer eyes, but the inner eyes, and see say, yeah, I know everything is ideal and I go work out to your expectation, because not because Cocoa come from around this and Barrington Levy come from up this and you understand, and you know, Freddie McGregor come from around this one, yeah, and a whole heap of artists. Clarendon is like a place, you know, but that turns out a lot of great artists.
Mhm.
So me I say, so, you know, coming from where me I come from, I mean say, you know, yeah, me is like the black sheep then, you know what I mean? Me ain't too supposed to happen. But it happened anyway. Me only mean it in another way there. You know what I mean? There?
Got you 100%. So even now, growing up, everything is coming along now. When did you discover music? Like, okay, I like this. There was something you heard, there was a sound that played, something where you could say, okay, I like what's going on here with music. You didn't even decide that you wanted to do this yet. You just decided that you like what's going on around you.
Yes, to a level, I decided that I like what's going on around me. When you're youth, you just know say this thing that going around you, know, have the perception and the discernment to look into things deep for yourself. You know, you're youth, so you come like a sponge, you know, I suck up things. But what happened is the man next door me, you know, who Mr. Uniem huddling, have the own dance hall and thing, you know. Them him play a different set of music from Black Lion down the street, we play a different set of music than Santex out the road, we play one different set of music. You overs, and then now you have people around me who that play music, you know, in them place of residency. So I say, so as me I say, me I get to soak up all of those things, come, you know, and I experience different people in my community also. So this discovery of music, that's why I say, you know, me never want to cast any aspersions. Me I say, well, like the black sheep still look. This is, me I show you. We grew up in a family, we come like say everybody could have sing. We used to come together and, you know, get around and, you know, sing along songs. You know what I mean? There? My parents were like, you know, church people, them, you know. As they don't know Jamaica run already.
Mm-hmm.
You see me I say, so I used to think say everybody could have sing. That was my perception. Because you know everybody can hold up and a tune, carry a tune. Most Jamaican people, that's why there's so much talent in Jamaica. When it comes to that, you know, you can make a sound, you're able to catch with ear because we hear something different. You know, that's what come out of, you know, melanated people anyway. So me I say, but what me I say is, you know, with all of this taking in all of them things, of course that will influence you to find your own niche, you know, after a while. Because me never know what I could have sing until people start push me up and say, and give thanks to that, you know, that's why, you know, I think I carry it with such humility. I not try to, you know, the way they go up on the next side of it, you know, where you're driven by your ego and you forgot so you're here to teach. So me I say, and you're supposed to, you know, lead by example. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so coming up now, did you actually join the choir? Did you get into any competitions or anything musically?
Yes, man. Yes, man. Remember all this time, you know. Yes, man. We start getting at church, and you know, for the first year or two that I got involved, to think year 2, 3 years straight, our choir, my people, you know, the choir that you know we put together won the competition. This is what you call the Kojic Church of God in Christ. Yeah, you know what I mean? The Sunday school business. You know what I mean? And young adolescent. You know, we're like 11, 12, and 13. You know, but we are doing it from like we are 8 or 9. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you kind of cut your teeth from your like 7, 8, 9. By the time you catch 10 and 11 and 12, you start doing it more professionally. But even up to that time, I still think everybody could sing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, you know, until me begin to go out there as a youth, where start like, okay, so me used to have a bigger brother who was an artist, really.
Okay.
Yeah, man. My name Sad Sack, man, come from Clarendon, you know, top my chanter. So me I say, so really what it is him at the first like get a superstar when me know growing up, you know the way there, and him used to give me books to write lyrics. So was very familiar, just like take down when you know, you get what I'm saying, where I tell you if when I dictate to me, you understand? So me kind of did used to that, and so me start getting into trying my own lyrics. By this time, me I sing a lot of well, you know, foreign songs. As me I tell you, you know, we come up through the ranks, like still being forced to do your work in school, you know, and you still have home chores and things. You don't have no time for dream about no nothing like that, because you have, and then no, and you are the shepherd. I know, you know, then with the, as a youth, I mean responsible for the goat them. So me
Okay.
have, so me have only thing where when me I do where, you know, it was hard for me. I think say, okay, you know, I want to be a star or anything like that, because beyond my brother, me still never know what I do when me see man like Judge Laws and, you know, certain man pull up them time that the first time I see, you know, Volvo as a little youth in my community. So me I say, and my brother him get for, you know, abscond some yard work, some farm work. And my father was a farmer. And a man who have him job to up on weekend time, you know, say time when he in a farm with we. You understand? So all of that now, you know, me come see my brother, get face, see my brother do it. Me have youth and youth who we in the community used to begin them find out so they can sing. So they used to like call me out all the time. Say, yo, come and sing on the sound. Until one day me try it for real and you see the difference. And from there, so me kinda, you know, me kinda fall in love with it. You know what I mean? There? On the next level, like really, you know, Mr. say have an impact on people. Me think of from this, so Mr. say, okay, this is something where, you know, me that like to do more. You get what I'm saying? But me still never ain't take it serious, like, you know, oh, I start my life right now to do it.
Because okay, then that right there makes sense, because I know you might have wanted to be a singer and stuff, but I know that you went to college and you started teaching at first.
Well, so what I say at first, as in comparison or with relative to what? When
Before you actually got into the business, did you actually start teaching first, or it was you're doing them simultaneously?
You know what say? Me I do that simultaneously. When me hear yes, man, because I'm doing it from. Look, I remember my first day of high school. Okay, because I went to a primary school and I went to a what you call a all age school. You remember those schools in Jamaica? And then I went from the all age to very technical high school. Now before we reach the all age school, I was doing this singing in a class, them knowing in our primary school, the anthem, when we used to do our little concerts. And the next you get Joseph Whitewood combine together and, you know, and sing some songs, you know, regular folk songs and so on. So we kind of used the whole thing. You know? By me get to what you just say, all age school, we win a few competitions singing, you know, oh my God, me and a girl used to sing this song, you know, when we win a few competition with Tonight I Celebrate My Love for You. Oh my God, yes,
Big song,
big song, right? So from them time then, I learned train how to sing certain song and you know pass sound and get me like a wheel up and thing, and we start grow. So remember the first time I go to high school. That Monday, the first week, the very next day on the Tuesday, me go King Jammys studio for the first time as a youth. Me only 14-year-old at the time. This is 1984. 13-year-old as a matter of fact. So me I say 1984. So me leave me go through me finish high school. Then went to enough people don't even know this, you know. Then me go Exed Community College. Me I go up the ranks and then leave from there. So I go Micah Teachers College. But all this way, me just doing my thing, you know. And a lot of people around me never really know what me do outside. Remember when I go to school, them used to say to me, say, how come I keep, you know, they didn't expect me to make it past the first year because them always see me on the road and them want to know how me get the time to study and all those things. So me I say, so I remember clearly, yeah man, so I something me I do for years before, what would you call it? When was the time when you said my first time? Because by that time when you think of my first time, I already do like 7-8 years in my business already.
That's so crazy.
Because at school, so another time they choose throughout school, throughout college, you know, me I jump the wall and, you know, I get fight in a studio because when I say, oh, you're college boy, leave this to it. This, you know, reggae music of a poor people, get tired.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Go through
Yeah.
them.
So, but you mentioned you went to Jammys when you were 13 or 14. Did you actually get into the gate, or you just got to hang around the studio at that time?
Yeah, man, we get into the gate. Actually, all we attacks, man. Actually recorded for Jammys and everything, man.
Mhm.
I remember, yeah, when we go to Jammys studio, enough ones when they there, them time they talk about my life, Tolo T and the same um Van Wolfman, them got on Barrington, Barry Brown, you know, you remember this youth, although them come later. There was so many youth panned. You get what I'm saying? I was there when Scare them come a studio the first time. Bunty Killer come when Bunty Killer come up Jammys the first time. I understand. Maybe they there probably 3 or 4 years already. As a youth.
What?
Yeah, man.
From those times, sir.
Yeah, man. Who can enough man can tell us I through this man. Culture Paul, man. John actually was King Jammys' son. So we get in, we used to sing. As a matter of fact, one of the first time actually, the group named Firehouse Crew.
Mhm.
You know that band, right?
Yeah, man.
Well, the first time they played in studio, it was actually me they were playing a song. All right, so this is 19 probably 87 or 88, probably 86, 7. It's a long time, man. So may I say, but this was still the time post slang thing, and you get what I'm saying.
Before the business got digital.
No, post. I mean after, right?
Mhm.
Right? Because this is the time when slang thing already mash up the place,
Right.
and no further things start going. Jammys I do have the place with all the DJ them from Admiral Bailey to Lieutenant Stitchy to who else, Ninja Man to you get what I'm saying? Everybody with a pass through them time. I'm saying me come up. And them there years ago we never had a thing to say. Everybody was looking it, We go through a great era without thinking like say boy, it was going to be something monumental. It's a thing about when you're living at the now, because then as a youth, man, you could have said, everyone I look at everyone, I look for the next melody, find the next big tune. The drive for make music was there, you know what I mean? You understand? So go ahead.
And when you got to Jammys, what was your name at that time there?
They used to call me Junior T. All right, no, this is a name when we get in high school. Because again, of Cocoa Tea, my first year in school, because I'm a singer, we never get grubbed by, and it went all the way up to college days, because me as a singer, when we get protected. You get what I say as a singer, because when I go to school them time, when concert keep and Junior TDM call before me even go up on the stage, the place I mash up. You get what I'm saying? And this is in high school, but we never used to play. May I say it was just like cause there were other youth there who could DJ like Lieutenant Stitchy, DJ like Nicodemus, General Tree or the General Brigadier Jerry. So may I say, so you have whole heap of youth who that time they when we have battle we come together after lunch and then think that I say, all right, who know the latest lyrics or who can sing the latest song? We in a dance hall and time the pictures I mash up a place. You get what I say? So as a youth, we know in our community, we started in a school, singing in a school. Them because we used to sing Cocoa Tea songs as part of me. You see me and say me thing. Them name me Junior T because my name Thomas also.
Mm.
So me I say, so them clarify, say when me I say, no, you can't call me that. They must say, one tier, and is yourself, but Thomas your name, no, Thomas your name. See, all
So
right.
it's stuck that way.
Right? So it's stuck, you know?
Did you actually record any songs under the Junior T name?
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Mhm.
A few songs will get released also.
For Jammys?
Yeah. No, not for Jammys. Ended up, you know, let me not get into a business part at my interview.
We're gonna, that's part of what we do. So we're gonna, either we could get into it from now or we could get into it later. But business is definitely part of the conversation.
Well, you know, them thing that go the way how things always go, and you get to learn as you go along. You know the way they, because you do what you do and they do what they do, and cut it whichever way you want to cut it. You know, it is just a part of life, and so things go. So may I say, so yeah, some of them things they did get released, but not like under my name, or anything like that.
Mhm.
So may I say,
Okay.
and you would know till you can't know. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I know him alone. I know one when me say him, you see it, you make me a point out people know can you ask a name. I'm just saying that, them people were still good to I and I still, cause him afford me the opportunity to come in and studio as a studio where, be a big artist, Frankie Paul, but that studio Lieutenant Stitchy, all of them man there when them around the place.
Mhm.
I was there when when this was late that time when Panhead was there, as may I say, before remember, Jammys had a whole heap of artists just coming in and out, a voice every day. Aside from them core artists, them went bust already and out that's straight. Whole heap of man, too numerous to mention, man.
Did
Numerous.
you actually get a chance to sing on Jammys also on the sound system?
No. This are the thing. We never get to sing on the sound system.
Mhm.
Because as me I say them time as a youth, remember me I tell you, my mother sent me go to school, You understand? My father didn't know so me that road. I'm go some move and take with myself and go in a studio and me have to come back in by a certain time.
Mhm.
And I climb that me live. And I do that for years till because I still live under rule and regulation. You see me I say, so certain things we still couldn't just go some boom and boy, but me I go stay over weekend or something. That happen, man. No, man. You understand? Hell and powder house, man.
So you get the daytime, you get to go in the studio, but when the nighttime, you got to go back to Clarendon and
Yeah,
just
man.
fix up from there.
Yeah, if only we do that if for something in my neighborhood or close to my neighborhood where we can go so and ride to or catch a ride to and still come back home. The surrounding neighborhoods, whether it be Lionel Town or Maypen or Sedgepan, the furthest me went away and it is to St. Dan one time really. I have to find a good excuse for that. So me I say,
Yeah.
yeah, man, as a youth, I could remember the name of the place, Oh my God, it's St. Dan. But that's where Justinine is from.
Okay.
That neighborhood. That's the time when I go out there and I do so well that, I'll DJ when you see I get out of the place, when the place I mash up also DJ, now go mad and name them, and then so get bex that, you come from where you come from, because them know say you're there Clarendon already, So you go book them up, I send that, and before you know it, you sing, and before you know it, all the mic in your mouth. Because you get too much forward.
It's the business again. You could see from early, it's not like the business actually welcomed you in from early. And I mean, you had to fight through to get what you needed in this business here.
Well, that's the whole thing where people don't realize about life. You know, not going to hand it to you on a platter, and it's all the limited resources that are around us because we as a people who has not been facilitated in any way by the government or even them friends and family. It's a dog eat dog game, and because music is a very lucrative thing, you know.
Mhm.
It's
But it depends on what side of the spectrum or how your business is set up.
set up. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we can't say, boy, I give thanks to all them years the training on the ground, getting to see the rise and I wouldn't say fall, but you know, the continuance a certain man career, you know. I mean, you know, you know, Pliers and Shaka Demus, you know, Admiral Bailey, you know, Shabba Rankin, you know, then we had you know, we did a Jammys throughout all the years and witnessed all of them things.
That's so crazy to even think that, boss. You understand?
Yeah, man. And enough man come through when I later before me, I know say, okay, I did, you know, I did the Israelites them that are certain Rasta man when me used to see come through, come do some work more time. And when them gone, them, you know, me I hear word I say, boy, I so and so. You know, Barry Brown and them man. The first time I see Barry Brown, me never know say that was Barry Brown. You get what I'm saying? You know, Gregory Isaacs. So, you know, so me pretty much don't have much to say more than the same old story that I tell you, say, boy, okay, you know, we go on this, you know, we go at this place, go sing and so on, so happen and re. Look, we buck up, as me I say, ghost on the youth there, as a young youth in a dance already. I understand. I know, say, all right, and this is why now, you know, we decide from early, way before we before we are Rasta. You see me I say one of the thing was when you go to a dance, well prepare have certain tune, prepare up. And when you go them time there, you know man, when you go in a dance hall, me talk late 80s, you know, the 90s, and you sing certain tune, you know, smoke in your eyes, and you understand a certain tune where you hear people play a bar every day. And them thing they gone out of my memory now because it's been so many years, but me I talk about now from teenager. When you go to woman, go in a dance and expect say, yeah, prepare up. Cause you want to come and know where everybody in your neighborhood know, or at your school, or wherever you go, you get brought on because one of the selector them know you. You understand? And say, yo, pass through you. And I expect to go sing certain tune, but just when you go there, a man a sing off the same tune them where you don't prepare for sing already and mash up a place in. What you gonna do now? And you come all the way from country. What you gonna do? You gonna try now sing back the same tune them and you understand? So lucky little the time that me a par with a DJ. There was already days when remember me in the mid-80s, you still now find a DJ, a crew of DJ without a singer or two, you know.
For sure.
It's always have a singer like music culture. The time they cross the line so much no the line get rub out. But one time there was a line, you know, it was culture and slackness, you know, our reality and slackness. You see what I say? The time then my time. And everybody respect each other same way. Still, no disrespect no used to go on. Man just know say, okay, that you do, this you do. So, you know, you learn that competitiveness from your inner dance. Say, okay, you better have something to prepare, you know. You understand? You better have something to prepare. Two of my most reliable, me used to sing some tune, man. Oh my God, they were just stable. From a Jordan tune them on the dance hall, man, the place mash up. You understand? So when me find say them thing they are going on, you don't know what? No. One day me just decide say, me I go start write my own song. Me have to learn how to write my own song because yeah, me not think say if me not supposed to walk up to go sing something and the man show me off and sing the thing where
Because remember, a lot of time you're just singing whatever is popular that everybody's hearing. So you're just singing it back in reggae style.
Me come like the best decision me make, you know. Big up to the ones that where you understand. You know, music is a thing where you can express yourself. However, it's a free domain. You know, you don't have to get no certificate nor no validation from the one to do your thing or you want to do it.
You understand?
So it's all up to the audience at the end of the day. But just I said, why, you know, for me personally, that's how me start to write my own song them, you know, from as a teenager and start learn the game and learn the rules, you know.
From back then. So then what came first in your life? Was it Rastafari came first or you actually started to get the break in music first? Which one came first?
I think being, I would say Rastafari first as a way of life and what it eventually illuminates to you, you know, or you know, enlighten you to see as a one way I seek to know themselves. It's a very interesting question that you asked me, you know, because I think it's something that you grow into and you realize just what me I say as a youth, you when you know as a man now you can look back at some things where that point where that show you say, yeah, you have certain tendencies for your youth. You get what I say? Some of us are natural and some of us pick up as we go along. You see me I say just so nature goes. Not in all nature not perfect. You see me I say? So all I'm saying is, yeah man, is a thing where I think that's how I see myself from before me even, you know, what it stands for at least. You get what I'm saying? You know, and at the core, you know, of myself as a man, as a African.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying? As a melanated man. You see me I say? So yeah, that kind of did come, that kind of in me already. As me I say, if me would have measured it by how long me in the music business, I guess no, because me was always, I guess this is why it's like me, the road that me got through as one who is reserved and rather kick back and observe where I go on. That's why I say me think me make a little when me say black sheep at first, because it don't mean it's just mean the one that is there and not there.
The one that stands out, the one that's everybody's looking left, you're looking right.
All right. That kind of way there. You see me I say? So because I owe me in a music this long time and me kind of grew up in a one kind of way and still know say, you know, it is not me if I express myself one kind of way. So the only way I know if I express myself in the best way I can. And me just keep growing from there. So and nobody, you know, have any, as me I said, when it comes to music, nobody no own it. You know, live on nobody's yard and nobody not supposed to dictate to you how you're supposed to express yourself. Because you have to realize that still you live in a community of people and you know, either you cater to certain vibes or not, but you have to just be honest with yourself and say, all right, and that me really are dealing with too.
You get it. So even with your name now, because you said you started out Junior T and everything, when did you decide to change your name to Jahmali and why did you?
And you keep saying I said Jamali. You remember the R? People get
Jamali.
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 More have to say if you can't put it well, it's there on my screen. It's there, Jamali, yeah. Got no R people, you know.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, this I'm not even gonna edit this out because I want hold on. I'm not gonna edit it. Why I'm gonna say this?
You are the host. Certain things you do what you want to do, you know.
No, but why I'm saying I'm not gonna edit is this. I'm pretty sure if there was 10 people that said your name, 8 out of the 10 said it incorrectly, and 2 of them said it correctly.
Correctly. All right. So of no relation. Okay. No relation. I'm Jamali. And that name there is a name where, you know, it was ordained for that name there. You understand? Because a junior T and me want to say, boy, I want to keep the J You know, by the time I say, okay, me I go, walk that road there. So when I say, want to also have a rebirth with my name. Also, because me I carry that name there from me a kid,
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm saying, when you're a child, you deal with childish things, but in your mind, you put away childish things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So me kind of look upon it too, like I say, okay, that was me, cutting my teeth in the street days. You know what I mean? All right, now we are graduate now to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So that name there, Mali, um, Jamali, it was always because me was a youth. Also during my school days, me always have a copy of the philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey, and
Mm-hmm.
there's certain books and as I youth growing up, that's why I say in my household, my parents used to have a set, like a component set we used to call it back in the days with the two double record change and underneath you could have stack your records and play. And on top of that, you know them thing that every black family have one back in the day. You understand? And on top of that, now we have, the several heroes. Marcus Garvey was one. And Marcus Garvey, I always ask myself, say, from my youth, say, why we not learn more about Marcus in a school, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? It was, it's interestingly enough. So, all right. So, but, yeah, come to your name now. Why I name myself? How that name they come about? Me always have the interest in Africa as a place. I know say Mali is one of the first real empire for a long time that was really free of certain, mindset, what I call were really free people, and it just means free. You get what I'm saying? So we kind of have that knowledge already. So I was in the country one day when I tried to change my name. I said, all right, I want to keep the name there, no? I want to keep the letter there in my name. You know what I mean? And one day, a virgin of mine, my father come from St. Mary, my mother is from Clarendon. So as a youth growing up, we used to go to St. Mary, oftentimes, the holidays and so on. So you have this youth in the neighborhood who we didn't know growing up, but me only know him like me, when I know you as Muscle. If me not go digging, I really not gonna know what your right name is. Just so me I say Muscle, me accept you as Muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So me I say, and probably vice versa too. If you don't go digging, you're not gonna really find my real name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that youth, we grew up together, we go up, bird, bush, we go look for all kind of, go a farm, go, with father and with uncle, with people at farm, we get all kind of goods. I youth, we are trad with from our youth, we got a river together, we got sea together, we catch fish, the way so, me always just know him as Muscle though. You know when me say, him name was Jamali. Is that in a time when me I try to look the name.
Mm.
And you understand when me I say, okay, me go keep that name there, me go keep the J. And it's so that's my brother me here, call him, it was a Sabbath, And one of my flesh in my ear shout him out in my past and say, wait, that Mali, And I'm like, there you go. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, cause me hear the Mali, then time they already me kinda gone through school, me sharp in my ears, and then me a writer and a singer too. We work off of with ears, So certain things me practice to really listen as much as me hear, So as soon as me hear that, it just click. Me just move the D and put the J there, and that's how Jamali came about.
Okay, because originally, do you used to spell your name as two different words, like Jahmali, or that just came
No,
up on records and
no.
stuff like?
That begin to happen because, all right, so I'm glad you asked this. So let me put this to straight. As me I say, I'm not related to, no relation to the Marleys,
Mm-hmm.
and my name is One.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you something. On your show, since you asked and put the question that way there. Everybody were coming in the 90s, where you hear, or after the night, anytime in the 90s at all, that came on the scene with the name Jah, I me and them father.
So you were the first one in the 90s. After we're talking to Jah Thomas.
That's why all of them. That's why all of them name themselves so, because me was the artist thing with my song El Shaddai.
We're getting there just now. Don't worry.
So I say, so I mean that this is proof. This is proven. This is records of the past. I don't have to argue with anyone. I mean the records are there.
So anybody, as again, you said in the 90s. So basically, let's say from 1990, come right down to now, anybody with the name Jah in their name, they got it after you had put Jah in your name.
Yes, because as I said, thankfully, me in the well, at least we come on the scene and begin to dominate. So me now go just paint a broad brush and say the word other job, whatever. You get what I'm saying? They talk about, the industry and who became prominent, who come on the scene and people begin to know about them.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying? So let me draw the line here so that we're not refuted.
Good to go. All right. So then now we know it's always one word. It's not two like you'd see sometimes.
It's not two.
It's one word.
It was one word. It was coined as one word. It was after now the prominence of all the other people them who inadvertently, I think say most of them did think say me really that said Jamali.
Got it.
You get what I say? So really and truly, no, it was the furthest thing from my mind. As I said, it didn't even occur to me. You get me? I said, me can't only tell you this. Say, one time I remember being on a bus, because the time when the tune I mash up a place, me still jump on public transport sets the same way in a bus and I got you with people and I hear the song come on the radio and people start, the whole bus light up and people start arguing, say, boy, yeah, when Bob Marley pick me and blah, 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 because, hear the man on the radio say Jamali and blah, blah, blah. So, you know what I mean? And, so I think our broadcasters and with a lot of things that envelop their mind. I mean, as I said, I don't like to cast broad strokes. You know what I mean? I don't like to make it seem like I cast aspersions. You see what I say? Either. But our broadcasters, them since the whole it's like rebirth and regeneration of how they see overseas people react to dancehall in the 80s and then in the early 90s. I guess everybody got into full fan mode, in a symbolic fan mode, and kind of halt from doing their work, as in to introduce the artist, say who it is, so and so and so. It was more like, okay, when we can get from this by playing this music for, you get me? I say, and that's how I feel like it starts where it begins to break down, because when I was growing up, the DJs them on the radio and so on, even DJs them in the dance hall, when they pull up the tune and say, man, come pop up, man, yeah. You get what I'm saying? And right? That's how it used to go. They used to still tell who has to do the tune and rare, but after a while that stopped being something that they done, And we can tell you a story on another level about that. Unfortunately, if you lend me your ears a little.
We're listening.
Because you're right there, if you prove what I said to you, in the mid 2000s, a big, well-known, one of the most prominent and well-known sound system out of Jamaica. Okay. Yeah, man. In a mid 2000s, them play, do them it was either the 30-something anniversary dance
Mhm.
in New York. And a friend of mine come, call me, tell me, "I must come downstairs, park up outside of my building where I live." Say, "Yo, sit down." Me, I say, "What, man, what happened?" "But you move, so." I say, "Something I show you, man." I say, "What you plan to do? I kill you, I try to kill me there or something." So, them say, "No, man, sit down." And so we start listening. Yeah, put it on CD and they start playing. Give me a little break and then my music come on. And I finally say, "Oh, this," and then I say, "Yeah, man, people love Stony, man." So when I say, "Yeah, man, I them, okay, all right." Um, my music start playing.
Mhm.
And the song play 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 time, 6 time, 7 time. I counted up to 8 times because it was an actual recording of the thing,
Mhm.
literally. So when I say, uh, actually I hear the people them are going crazy, the audience, patrons them. I, I, I mash up the place, I beat down the whole place. When I reach the 8th time, and I heard that now, me start screw, and I realized this is why the man carry this come make me hear wagwan.
Mhm.
So after the 8th time, I never stop this up. It go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And it went up to 15 times. Okay? Pull-ups with the song I get in the dance.
Mhm.
And the man them play me tune and call another singer name over and over. And this is one big old sound system, man.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? So on the topic of our presenters, the people who represent we out the road, they don't understand, say them are ambassadors still. And it's clear that you can see, say this is where them get selfish with the thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Okay.
over. Yeah.
Since you brought it up, let's go down this road that's going to connect us to another road then. Garnet Silk. When was the first time you heard of, encountered, or knew anything about Garnet Silk?
When the first time I hear Garnet Silk, I'm a lot of them dance there with me. A lot of them early dance there, the 90s,
Mhm.
was when I heard that Garnet Silk. First time I hear Garnet Silk, really, it was before, because he actually had an album that he put out way before him start, before an album called It's Growing was out
Mhm.
way before that song and certain of the other songs that big him up.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yes. That break him out on the next level. And so me I listen that album from them from before. But I remember the first time I hear him still, I think, was on the radio.
Mhm.
Onward Christian Soldiers. You remember that with him, Just as a Fire, Tone
Of
Rebel?
course, of
Yeah, man.
course. I think that was for probably Cole them, Courtney Cole, Roof.
Pretty cool. There is somebody on Facebook, Mr. Cole, if you are listening to this, watch out. Somebody hack your page and I pretend you on my page here, sir. Yeah, I mean, want to say this to shout out to Shabba Rankin, to the Emperor. I want to make him know, say to Shabba, yes, people are impersonating you online too. See? I'm going to try
Crazy.
to collect off for people and all them things there.
So the reason
Yeah,
why I even brought up Garnet Silk, when did the comparison start between you and Garnet Silk?
I think, I people, this is the only way they know how to personify or even, uh, um, validate something on the next level.
Mhm.
It's like when they put you up there, it's like they're telling you, it's a thing that they're telling you without so many words.
Mhm.
If you said, they have you up in that league. But the sound like, I don't know so much. I think what it is that we're two tenor singers who express ourselves like that,
Mhm.
like some other singers too. Um, the good thing is when we hear him first, I was like, "Oh, the hell that you just sound like the things, the way him sound is, he express himself the way I would. You get what I'm saying? And then when me find out, say, oh, sure. When me find out, say, we're born 3 days apart from each other, so now we know, say, oh, well, two different, like by probably 5-6 years. You feel me? I said, but I you to I'm born the first 2nd of April, and me born the 5th of April. So
Yeah.
I can write this, so I say, okay, me understand what it is now. It's that fire.
Mhm.
You know, it's that fire in our expression. And when you do something that you truly are immersed in and you believe in it, and you do one thing we do it authentic, you know?
Did you ever meet Garnet Silk back then?
Yeah, man, me get to meet him, man. Actually, me actually meet him the week before him pass away. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, man, I met him the week before him pass away, and you know. You really want me going to that?
Of course, we're here. We're here for the stories.
Well, you know, there's that thing where, you know, every time I remember, I just know, say, you know, we have to just continue living in the now and rejoice for our brethren. That's why I'm saying, let's all rejoice in songs and say, El Shaddai. You understand? It's a reason why we rejoice when our loved ones then pass on, so that they can go on without a worry about you, you know? So the Bible tells us you must rejoice.
Mm-hmm.
So I rejoice not only for the work that is done when you come and lead the way and rise back consciousness and the vibration and the frequency, you know, in this side of the diaspora with his voice, but also, you know, what he stood for and the man he was, you know, and we get to find out, say, you know, we never get no handbook when you're born in life, you know, like a owner's manual. You know, as you go along, you learn, you know. And what I didn't know at the time, this is my learning experience. As me, you know, admire him singing and rave. I never know him personally until the week before he passed away. And him chat on, you know. And so back in the days, used to have one thing named boombox that them do in Jamaica. I think was the major one of the major radio station, RJR or JBC, one of them, I think. And we used to go around the island and do that thing, and each weekend they would be in a different you know, parish, you know, capital. So now I say aware, and this time they reach Mandeville now after them kind of take it west and go around, you know, come back up on the south side. And then reach Mandeville now and thing. And we pass through and do a little thing. And the year before there was a very, you know, monumental show, a big show going on the year before. And I think as when me hear it, you know, that they were planning, you know, this time Garnet now start coming to him, or the people that start know him start come out for him and thing.
Yeah.
And because the show was so ground shaking the year before, him and him brethren them will come up in it, decide say, boy, them gonna look them own bigger space this year and keep something bigger. And that's how that was the inaugural show for what is now Rebel Salute.
Yes.
Right. So so we went and we looked on the place the same weekend when I tell you, say, you know, we meet him. And we all gathered now at Theme Place up in our place named Green Acres, I think, Green something. Yeah, man. And we gathered around a Theme Place after this was a Sabbath, you know. So, you know, them time me have a brethren with a power with, you know, yo, Ken Serious, big up yourself, but not a Remo. In that power in time that, you know, we still were part of Flame's crew, you know, in time. So him just came out and started singing, you know. It was him just come out. We reached around there like even when it was just beginning to turn now 6 o'clock where say, okay, Sabbath I got end. And as soon as we reach and kind of stand up out on the front and talk to his younger brothers, me hear him a call prayer, And I say, all right, in a Sabbath prayer and blah, blah, blah. So everybody start get up. He get up and him down, stand up down for film house front step and him take out him Bible and I think him read Psalm 68, And bust a prayer. And when him done, him start sing. Him just look over to I and I whisper I and I there. And at first I yell everybody, but when he reach to I and I, him start say, him say, yo, are you named Jamali? And I say, yeah man. Him say, my youth, come here man. You want listen, mama. And he start calling everybody. Him call him mother, him call him wife, him call him brother them. And him called, And I said, mama, I name so and so, I name so and so, And me kind of just me feel, a little embarrassed away. You don't know the way they cause. I don't meet the man, meet the man yet. And then now, as me I said, that part with the Virginia Remo, so him no Remo, they don't come from the same. Him heal up Remo, and him turn to Rebel and say, Rebel, I was special with them. Rebel, I was special with them. Take care of them. Take care of them, Rebel. And then him go some woman in wheel and he hug up me and Remo. Have each of us on them arms, so. And him start sing, say, we come from Zion. We come from Zion. Sleep. Yeah, man, and it was a wonderful thing, man. And remember that evening is Rebel travel go up that evening from country. So when I say, I'm careless go leave me somewhere else when me get a right to go city. But when I say, man, that was my only experience with him, That my only experience. He was my friend. Not anything we regret, so I never get to know him more. You get what I say? But that was my one and only close interaction with him. And I give thanks to say, yes, my lad, rest in peace, as I just say, rise in power. You see what I say?
Yeah, crazy.
For his blessing, upon I and I life. As a musician, what I mean there? Yeah, man, but it's a thing where we give thanks, because yes, man, tell me something. Tell me something. Because this is a thing when let me ask you something, Muscle.
All right.
Your dream, right?
All the time.
You ever take your dream serious?
Have I took my dream serious? Sometimes. It pays, even if it's not serious, it's in the back of your mind somewhere to try to understand what you saw.
Yeah, well, last time I dream said me have fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, but I said that to say, the vision see man them man. You know what I mean? Differently. From Dennis Brown to Garnet to to the great man himself. And and it's the same kind of vibe, you know what I mean? So we give thanks, you know what I mean? If you know say, yo, this is something we come for do, and the great ones like them and they can say, okay, hold the baton, my youth.
It's your turn. You take it to them that way there. So, okay, now that's the Garnet Silk there. Who did you meet first? Bobby Digital or Donovan Germain? Because with both of them, it seems like you did almost the equal amount of work with both of them. If you put out 50 songs for Bobby, Penthouse got 50 or 51. Or it could go that way also. Bobby got 51, Penthouse got 50. Who did you meet first?
Let me meet Bobby Digital first.
Okay. Well,
first,
it would make sense. Yes. From Jammys.
Actually not rolled by Jammys. It's when after him leave Jammys, me meet him, knowing somebody I'm meeting them is two different something.
True.
You get what I'm saying? I say
Mm-hmm.
so. Or knowing of them because you see them in the street, you pass them, probably rub shoulders with them, but they don't know you're from Adams and you don't know them either, right? So I used to see Bobby back in the day, enough man to oh my God, when I look on one face and them never slip me, but Steely and Clevie, they must me I tell about. Understand? So we used to see them. Oh my God, where this other brethren where he used to, be the kind of technical man in the studio. But me and talk about the Jammys.
Mm-hmm.
We used to see them, but me kind of me a youth from country.
Mm-hmm.
As the brother named Country who used to hold the gate at Jammy's place, who just sometimes youth, and I guess when you as a grown man, you can't tell when some youth, either you can't tell when they have potential or they have manners or whatever it was, when sit pan with upon I, because I mean, say come in youth and let it them next you. But certain other people, them not let it. We never know why. We never care. We just glad to say me gone through, because at times we see other people go through too, and me can't go through neither. So, so then I say, so yeah, man. Who me know first? Me don't know them man there, but when I start record for Bobby Digital, was as a young Ras. First, like as me just start Natty or so on, as me sight my victory in Rastafari. Because him was more accessible to I and I. Although we spend more time, this is me I tell about accessibility. We spend more time in the next man place. You understand? Because this was like a hub also by itself, where you have three studio facility. You have one on one side when you're going to the yard, and then you have two on this side, one downstairs and one upstairs. You understand? So, and then now everybody's selective, but at least you're there, and they say you show up, and they say you're there, and everybody in the studio, the man that will run the studio know everybody, because they come and see them every day. You say, okay, them are the artists. Them sometimes disagreements and fight broke out in a yard, and we come in and say, boy, all right, everybody have to leave out a yard. You understand?
Yeah.
Them thing there. But them thing there just when I think them. But who, that them on there is who me used to hang out around that them on the place. But it wasn't still wasn't as accessible. Film place now grill up, and when him come and ready for work with film artists, then only them are go in that place. You who don't know you can't go. You see me I say, you may get to go on pan fatis exterminator my voice. No time here enough people talk, and we used to voice exterminator label to, as a matter of fact. Me are the one who I can assure you, remember that clearly, say, me are one of the man them who first opened the door, the studio door, and and let in Lucian and I studio. So when they come and Fatis was already there. A record how much original song. The time they were just write. But the trick about them thing there is, a lot of times we as young artists, the producer, them know. So the thing with young artists is that them especially when them are write or try to create their own thing. They're just green, they just cut them teeth. Sometimes they come up with a wonderful little thing. But you can't catch a vibe off and build a rhythm off a two. And that's how enough of these rhythms come out, It's come off as some little man just come and studio and do them little thing, and the producer catch it and just goes on before you know it. Some bigger artists are singing on it. You understand? That's how the thing go. You understand? I just the role, I just the music role. I said go. So the more get the both grounds of it, me get see accessible to Bobby Digital because Bobby was more of a singer's producer. He specialized in that. He have man like, remember Sanchez, Admiral Tibet, Coco T, the whole I singer them from a long time. Bobby had the man were cater to that more so probably, no further contemporary producers. His contemporaries, him really that I feel the apex of him thing. Him just love work with singers. So most definitely him said come call me. And this is how me stand up style. Him just say, yo, I know that you there. And I have a name and that's how me start work with him. The next man now, him never really know about me as much as me in a yard. Remember, me in a studio, me in a business from 1980, mid-80s, man. So, even when, remember, my school where me go is, there's a gully. There were many gullies where run crisscross.
Yeah.
The city of Kingston still. But there's one that runs right behind for you come down Crossroad Post Office and I'm going down Slipe Road. All those businesses that you see just not go no more than probably 100 feet back. The gully run right back on us.
Got you.
And then on the next side is Marasca Road. Well, on the next side is where the school was, Michael Teachers College. So Michael Teachers College is actually the back of Penthouse Records. And you see me I say, so enough time, would I just jump the wall and we did it so. But to jump the wall, 2 wall you have to jump, because it's a gully. Wall up on this side, say you have to jump one wall, come walk through the gully, go jump the next wall. That's how much we love it, man. So that's why that's when I do the 2 things at the same time,
From there. All right. So then you met Bobby, you guys were recording, doing your stuff, and you met Donovan Germain. Was this close or it was like
Bobby Digital was in UN
month apart?
Oh, you mean in time?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say around the same time because at the same time too, this was when me a part of Flames crew, I remember me as a man, me live a country, me still have my abode, me have a family in a Kingston, so we can only crash around my Rasta friend them and very. So we have to always come to city, spend a week or 2, and we got back a country. Breeze one next week again and come forward. So a lot of times things get missed me because of those opportune times with their country. But me have to take a break. No. This is all now me a part of Flames crew. I was a part of Flames crew, that original, crew where you hear upon the Lalabella rhythm. Yeah, and
okay. Who was in Flames crew?
Huh?
Who else was in
everybody were here upon Lalabella rhythm? Youton Green, Everton Blender, myself, Rebels brothers, siblings, one like Manapana, one like Youton Green, Ken Serious. Oh my God, me link it. Big up yourself, Ken Serious. Enough man. Ayacure, Chanty Plus, Black Amai.
Yeah.
It was a huge crew. Not left out my virgin. Who I said was there with me when I met Garnet Silk, Natty Remo. Was really the champion DJ in New York. Them at New York, they may live. Me I thought the truth as me know it, So yeah, man. Flames crew, that was Flames crew. Sugar Black and Leban Kale. Yeah, So
were you guys recording for, or was this part of Star Trail at that time there?
Yes, man. As I said, there are many opportunities where we get to miss because a lot of times me is either in a country and we can there between Clarendon or St. Mary. you know, and the start of first youth time there. So I try to do the right thing and spend the good time with me, sit my baby child as much as possible as I youth, spend most of the time in the city. So a lot of times when I cut out some opportune things go on and we miss, you know. But that's how I just saw a thing go, right? So yeah, man, that's how I could get to know Bobby Digital. As me I say, me around Penthouse already from right through, from they came on the scene, really. From they came on the scene, really.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, man. Before that, as me I say, it was just studio all over the place, man. You know, some
Did
of
you
the
actually sign to either Bobby Digital or Penthouse, or you're just doing a lot of recording over there?
all right, so when I was with Flames Crew, there was this, you know, big name writer who was writing most of Garnet Silk songs, you know, and we hook up with him and we formed between him and him then, you know, significant other. You know, we form a company in it, which we didn't include the four of us, you know, and they used to do some work for Garnet Silk to back in the days and some other people. So let me have a little clout out there. You get what I'm saying? So me start par with them actually.
Mhm.
They sought me out and so we start work together. And that is how we start work for Jeremy. Through them, you know.
Mhm.
But before that,
It was
I
a
had
third party affiliate,
yeah.
like a third party affiliate. That's how you got to Germain.
Yes, so me not really, I would say, refrain from using. That is how we start working with Penthouse. You know, I'm refrain from using certain people personal name. Yeah, man, because I don't want to get in no trouble, you know. You understand? Me just
Mhm.
want to say it is, I who know, I who if you figure it out, figure it out. Because,
Mhm.
you know, a lot of people, after doing this for so long, thank God for the love of music, that we keep it real and we're doing this for people, for ourselves, firstly, because first seek for know ourselves, and then for the people, and try to give them, make excellence be the standard and give them the best music you can give them. And if all of us should to endeavor to do that. But really and truly, we don't want out there go and like say we're bitter. Cause that come only through comparison. And we not compare ourselves with nobody. So when I say, what I mean? So, a lot of times people truly on them to the kind of, this is how the business of music go. That's why you hear me stick you up and I say, really, me not really want to talk about no industry. Things still, but I don't mind. So if you hear me I skirt the thing, don't feel no way, because, as me I say, I don't have a problem. I give thanks to all that I've been through in the business.
Mhm. But you see, the only industry thing I would ask you or we discuss is anything that you're involved with personally yourself. I'm not going to ask you about Joe Tom around the corner doing what he's doing, because that's going to be second and third hand information. Anything that you're involved with, that's what I might ask. You understand?
Well, that's one. And thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Mhm.
Me do interviews the time back when people ambush me about those things,
Mhm. No. That's not.
You know, it's-
If I'm going to speak to somebody about a situation, I'm going to try to speak to that person about that particular situation.
Right.
I understand. So, okay. So come along here now. Penthouse, you get the Penthouse, but this is now where you've recorded for years and stuff. Everything, you got some stuff bubbling, but this
Yeah,
is
man.
where the massive song came out right now. El Shaddai.
But
Okay.
let me stick your pin right there, cause there's this virgin. Me have to give it up to him, cause him no passed on because of the COVID, so we can't make this go out without big Barry out here. That's
Mhm.
the Paul, my friend. So me I say him.
That's the X-rated label.
He really, I think, was the man was instrumental more than anybody else in me in for me meet Bobby Digital. I think he's the one who Bobby Digital reach out
Okay.
through. As me I say, we done this is how we know him in a same time through Natty Remo, because Natty Remo apparently had done some tour with him before. And so Natty Remo, I guess him find out, so me and Natty Remo power and him say, yo, Come over them time that him a run High FM studio and say, come over and bring the singer with you. And first day we go there, that's how we voice a song here, Victory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the Wine of Violence rhythm, you know. And Born Again rhythm. Mikey
And this
Spice.
came out on the X-rated label.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this was, I think, this was even before me even record anything with Bobby Digital Hip.
Hmm.
You see what I say? Because I'm saying Bobby Digital was still riding high off a lot of things at the time, you know. But the big up and the thing we go and feel, you know, through his involvement with Shabba Rankin and the success of his thing, and then, you know, kind of carry the dancehall with Sanchez and all that, and Garnet Silk right up to them time then at the business. So him pretty much was a man to where, you know, you have to be selected. You know, you can't just walk up in a field place like that. And if you do get to go in there, choose somebody. And I like him speculate, you know, you know what I mean? You really have to have talent. Them on the, you think with me, I say them on the deal with the thing for the next level.
To get through the gate there.
To get through the gate to him. So I say, so yeah, man, I think that my experience, no more I feel, you know, say is that my experience, you know, with them has taught me how, say, boy, I work with some of the best people. We kind of learn production through them, through working with them, you know, and being able to write my own songs. So now I produce my own songs, you know, and we've been doing it for a while now, you know. This album I work on is going to be one of them things there.
We're going to get to that just now there. Want to get through a couple of things before we even get there.
Yeah.
El Shaddi now, okay? Exactly, because this is your breakout song and breakout album too. What does that word mean in the first place? Because we were all in parties singing it, and we have no clue what we're singing, you know. We could be chanting anything, we don't know. So exactly what does that mean?
All right. You know, in the Judaic sense of religions, you know, how we grew up learning, because you don't know, we as Jamaicans, we have more churches per square mile. So certain things we kind of don't know, Bible-wise. Okay. With that being said, El Shaddai really mean, at the lowest, you know, Almighty God. Okay? El means strong, Shaddai means the nurturer, mighty, you know, I mean, El means strong and mighty, the powerful. You know, the word El by itself, you know, is really, this why it's in so much words. Even your word muscle, kind of, you just have El in it, it just turn the next way. But El is, it signifies the Almighty, that connection to the supreme being, you know, which we all have to getting to know ourselves and our true, you know, spiritual, this true inner man, you know. Look up to El Shaddai. Now, El Shaddai is just an aspect or an attribute of the Almighty, which is one of the major ones, because there are different attributes. But you know, this is just how it is explained in the esoterically in the Judaic, you know, as we would say, sense of it. You get what I'm saying? The three different branches of religion. You have Judaism, you have Islam, and you have what's that again? You know, Sufism, okay? So, or what you call Hinduism, see? And each of them really, Judaic have the Kabbalah, the Christians, Judaic and Islam, okay? And I have the Christians have the, what would you, the Bible as their, you get what I'm saying, as their way of expressing their spiritual understanding of their religion. Well, through the Judaic understanding, then, you know, because we grew up being taught that's, you know, the Almighty El Shaddai is the name, one of the names of the Almighty, or it's short for the Almighty, you know. And it's usually used in a Christian sense in the Christian church, and the elders in Rastafari, within Rastafari, know these secret names because these names are codes too to a higher understanding, you know, of the spiritual, you know, levity.
Mhm.
You know, you get what I'm saying? So I would say that El Shaddai is part of my growth process when we start do more reading, more delve into my spiritual way of life,
Mhm.
deeper than just the traditional way of understanding the Bible and what it's how it's supposed to, you know, uh, relate to me as a black man. You see me? I say it's kind of part of my journey. One of those things because I used to do a lot of reading. Remember, we just come out and you know tertiary or school.
Listen, to have a song like that, clearly you have to be reading. This isn't something that you just picked up on the corner or somebody said it to you. You liked it. You could tell that clearly came from a different place. Like this is something that you were really into these scriptures or into this book or something, because that came from a different source altogether.
Yes, man. I was reading a lot of books them times. Came to New York in the early 90s now and came across man like Dr. Malachi Z. York and
Mhm.
you know, as a youth man just studying, you know, coming across those things, you know, Dr. Ben Buchanan, you know, you know, you know, John Henry Clark, you know. I was right across the bridge from Harlem Bridge, right there in the Bronx, you know. So we could just walk across, well, not really walk, we have to take the train still,
Yeah, but it
you
was
know.
close by.
We was close by and we got some woman within you know, the mecca of the thing in Harlem. So coming from Jamaica where we start get me go on the training field of consciousness, you know, new age, you know, they call new age esoteric. It's really ancient knowledge and rediscovery for I and myself. We just decide to continue to grow and learn more, you know. And that is how we come into contact with those books and people who have certain books and certain knowledge, you know.
Mhm.
And
Right
that is
there.
how we begin. That's how we really come into that and get to write that song, you know.
So then now you have this song. What did you do? How do you know that this song right here, because you recorded, did all type of stuff before, how did you know that this song in particular was really the one that started to really change your career and brought you to the forefront?
Well, first of all, you know, in the same yard that I got my name, when the city virgin passing by, and my fleshy would call out to him, you know, and that's how me get the name. It's the same yard I was in, you know. That's where my you know my father's people are from, you know, my ancestors them, you know. In a little village near Rabbits Bay in St. Mary.
Mhm.
You understand? Islington, really. And when the song came to me, you know, I was just beginning, probably a year into beginning to learn because I'm a self-taught musician. I learn to play the guitar, you know, by just, you know, observing and, you know, the way the trial and error and so on and, you know, being curious. And so one of those that's one of the songs, one of the first songs that really came to me as simple as it is.
Just
You
like
know,
that.
you just dip on the right frequency, I guess, you know, because it's all frequencies, you know. I am just download it from the universe, really. See what I say? And from me download it and me start sing it to people around me, that me just could have tell from their expression that yeah, me have something here, you know.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, the very next week when we go into the studio and I do it, the man who I run the place them time they was in the studio and when I do the track, I think that track, you know, was done by the same dude who did Real Issue. I thought he was going to call on that name of that song earlier when you name out some songs because I have to call for real issues and something like every man's bird, not their tune, they for Bobby Digital. But real issues on my El Shaddai album. The same dude who did the tracks for that was there. And Gargamel was sitting in the studio the day. And when we bust the song, come in and play the song. And the musician was like, I already started to record some songs because, Penthouse, I already put out some songs from you, a few songs, singles. So we started to say, okay, if anything, just go and make songs and, make an album because this is a deal I'm getting, because Penthouse didn't want me. Tell them this was what I wanted. I wanted to make music. I wasn't interested in just singing on every rhythm. You get what I'm saying? To me, that's like you're not really getting my full potential. I can do that too, but you're not really getting my full potential. And it was like, all right, then, but you have to do some tracks for my rhythm them to see me. I said, no problem, but if you're gonna do this, you have to be able to rhythm for some of my song them. And this is how El Shaddai got made, is because me decide to okay. So I say, this is what I want to do. It's kind of like, making your own reality, the way they, as gods, and the God is we are black people. You understand? All the answers are within you already. So I say,
okay, come.
Yeah, man. So, that is how we record them songs. Really, before we did that, we'd record some songs with it before. You get what I'm saying? And so as I say, being able to come to America and come back, garner a little more knowledge as me go along, the way they feel help, with the fact say we done been through school already, get chased out of the classroom, all of them things. We think say, boy, this was a really positive message, You understand? Because I actually nearly lose my life in a classroom already,
What do you mean?
Or not in the classroom. I shouldn't say in the classroom, because of the classroom. As a youth. But because there was a girl in my class who some of my students robbed and stripped her of her jewelry and everything. Yeah, man, and I trick them and get back the jewelry, man. And them just wait for me after school. This time I was like 22 or 23 years old. And these youths, them, it was some serious stuff. So when I say, when we find El Shaddai, I was like, we don't have an understanding, so we kind of, I look upon it as upon a broader picture, say, we as a people, we have so much chaos going on inside of us that it's kind of, hard for we focus on our best interests, and as a result, we turn out like that, So may I say, as a 23-year-old, we could understand, say, that was a result of like bad parenting.
From there. So then now, got the song, it came out. Were you traveling before this song, or when it came out, this is when you really started to travel and become in demand at this time here?
Let me see. I think I got the song at the same time when I got El Shaddai. I think I was traveling before that, because we done do the Caribbean, As I said, I have plenty siblings, many more older than I am, who were at the top of their game as entrepreneurs in the Caribbean, had their own restaurant and so on. So I would go over there and volunteer my services. Really, they sent for me really as a young singer at that time. That was during the time, even before no, I think not before, but right in the time with me being a part of Flames crew, Flames with Tony Rebel, all of that. I would be in Anguilla in the Caribbean on the training ground, have my own band and all those kind of things, where I perform and I pull in people, hundreds of people every Sunday. So, doing a lot of our I&I music them time there. So, me dip on the training ground in the Caribbean, same way. Then one day I just get a letter say, boy, me have to go to, you know, them place so them have the upper Oxford Road there. Uncle Sam, you know. And we go up there and yeah, we get figure some woman, we start coming foreign that time there. So I say I'm right little bit before El Shaddai, I would say, all right, night time, you know, because I think it's after. Because this is how me actually, let me tell you the name of the book at the time that was written by Dr. Malachi Z. York, a book entitled The Ancient Mysteries of Melchizedek. If you get that book, it is all the names and so on are broken down in there. Now, so that song really have a long history of where it coming from and where it has taken me, how my life changed drastically after that because of that. You know, could I, you know, be able to see the world with Gargamel, you know, traveling with him from the time there, you know, up until like 99, 2000. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it was a great experience, man. And
when the album came up with the same name, do you guys actually compile that with songs, or you guys went in and created an album now?
Well, the album was, as I said, the album was already in the making when El Shaddai came about. El Shaddai was actually, okay, so me and the producer came to, my team and the producer came to an agreement because he heard some things that me and my team did with prior to that. Like 4 or 5 months before, we went and did like an EP of some of the songs that this great songwriter has written. 2 of my songs, you know, one of those songs called Miss Make My Day. If you think I'm joking, go and look. I got that song actually got placed in a movie back in the day with Monique when she was just busting out on the scene after that whole Kings of Comedy stuff. Yeah, and she did a movie called Fat Girls.
Okay.
It's no offense, ladies. That's actually what the name of the movie is. And so we have a song on it entitled Miss Make My Day. So if you check that movie right now, look at the credits, you'll see, right? So this song was one of the songs that I did with Aston Family Man Barrett and some of the Wheelers at the time before I even started recording with Penthouse. This is what Penthouse heard and decided, okay, we want to work with you. And so this is why we could have set some terms. And we wanted to be like, okay, well, give me some rhythm. And I said, well, rhythm, okay, but me I sing for rhythm for me a 14-year-old. And right now, me I write songs too. So we could do something. And then I said, well, all right. 2 times a week, 2-3 times a week. The first day in a week, you'll get the musician them come, you do some song. Thursday, Friday, I have to sing part some of my rhythm them years. So really, that's how I started recording for him. You know, and I think one of the first songs with Jeremy, one of the first songs at Penthouse, I recorded at Penthouse, a song called I Am on a Mission, which I think was released way before, that was released in Garnet Silk's time. Because it's on the same rhythm that Garnet have for Penthouse that he's chanting on, but in thee I'll drive with my just, who is like unto thee? Yes, I think, yes, I did a song on it called entitled I Am on a Mission. See, and that was way before El Shaddai. Let me do our next single again called Wake Up, you know. So all of them songs there. So we start work with him and then we say, okay, we're gonna do this. And so in the process of we recording, I think I recorded song like let me see, song like Politics of the album, song like Conscious Lover.
Mm-hmm.
We tell you the songs that we record before El Shaddai, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let Ruben Live. That's 3 songs. And one next song name Dry Bones or something like so of the album.
Mm-hmm.
So all those songs were recorded before El Shaddai. Okay.
Just El Shaddai happened to catch. This is the one that caught.
Yes, this is the one now. While as we say we'll do this, and this is the one now that caught them. After that, now we do real issue and you know, Cry People and all of that. Okay.
From there, so that's going on good. Albums out and all that. So then now, how do you link back with Bobby to now put out an album 2 years later? How did that connect now?
Well, just like how we do, just like how we do, just like how we do with Penthouse, we were actually also already recording with Bobby Digital. As I say, when we recorded with X-rated label and Bobby Digital reached out to me through him, we still wasn't recording with Penthouse yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we already had we actually was as I say, and you asked me before, me record with Bobby Digital before we start record with Penthouse, really.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So it was still an ongoing process where we never really had a falling out anything. And by that time now, remember, we gone up to 14 years now, 15 years now business, and I'm only but the 14, probably 10, 11, 12 years or 84 to 94 and 4, 95. Okay, yeah, so probably 13, 14 years. Yeah, I'm not just 26, 27. How is that possible? 27, 28 year old. You get what I'm saying? So it was an ongoing process, you know. So this is why now we cut with teeth in the street and been working with so many prolific producers that by the time we catch this, so we kind of find where we are around and just know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we could have continued working with you. When you reach that level, you don't want to since you started out at that level, because that's a top tier that when you come to production.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 people, are those 2 recording houses, And as I said, we're not causing aspersions, not like nobody else. There was Exterminator there at the time, and plenty of other great people who had their own camps and things that go on too. So I would just say, yeah, it was part of one of the biggest or the best in the game that ever did it. So when you're up on a level, then you want to keep it up there,
For sure. And was there any time almost like a conflict of interest because you're dealing with 2 producers, and they're putting out albums at like 2 years apart also?
The only conflict of interest would be I would say your intolerance, if you have one, to tolerate the atmosphere and what it takes to really make it to the top in the music business. There would be a conflict of interest to go against the tide in a certain way. So it wasn't so much of a bad thing because, really, you're still freelancing.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? You know the way that, but I still wasn't signed to any of those labels.
How come though? Where was a contract ever presented to you, or you were never presented a contract to actually sign to any one of these labels that you did so much music for?
As me I say, we are work our way through as youths, and though we had people who we're working with who is supposed to look out for our best interest. If you want to talk about conflict of interest, the conflict of interest was probably on that side with people who you trust to do your business,
Okay.
but they more had their own self-interest at heart, which was a conflict of interest with, I guess, the thing that they agreed to do, which was to look out for you as the artist, as you know, as one who signed a contract to be to give you the power to let us agree and reach to another level. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't, everybody have to do their part. You know, I did my part. You know, so probably the conflict of interest was right there when people never really keep up their end of the bargain, you know? Happens all the time in music, you know?
So
And
you did sign a contract, but it wasn't to a record label, it was for management.
it was for management, and it was for management, and it was also something that I had a quarter stake in. You get what I'm saying? As it was presented to me as a young artist, you know, meaning I had 25% shares in whatever that is that we are, you know, we have that the interest we're working towards, and we decide to form this group or this company, you know, to meet those interests. You get what I'm saying? Apparently, finding me a contract with an outside entity was something they would rather at the time bargain for, or probably I inadvertently agreed with that contract also. Must have been because I probably thought it was the safe thing to do. Because I was guided by them. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that you don't know as much as you should know, and you think you're in a safe space. And yeah, it's just how it goes. You know? Would you believe how many years that no? How many years that no, also,
A long time.
long time that no one. So it's what I say, we're youths them time that never really was really as we do, we pay more attention to the show than the business. You know, in them time, because we all know if you're not doing great and doing the best you can, ain't gonna be no business.
At all. You there. So okay, now you have your 2 albums out and everything is doing good. When did you decide to migrate to the US?
There was never a decision. That's what I'm saying. Because if you remember, if I tell you, say me get the ability to become a foreign, as they would say. When you broke not even thinking about those things. It was one of them things will happen, you know. Cause me grew up in my community, I never thought that, such, by the time I grew up with music, you know that music was have the ability to take you all over the place. And that's what I was expecting. Excuse me, to my music. You get what I'm saying? Well, so when that happened, as a result of my mother, who's been here for a while, you get what I'm saying? It just happened in the midst of things when my bus and start travel. So it never come like a decision. I was able to be back and forth, spend as much time as I want here as I want there, pretty much do as I please.
Okay, from there. And you did all that stuff there, because I know for a while you were doing all the stuff Penthouse and Bobby Digital, there was a while where there was like, it seemed like there was a space where we weren't really hearing from you. I'm not sure if you were really recording and they weren't hitting. It just seemed for a while that we weren't really getting that. And then fast forward to right now, I know you have some new material coming out.
Well, so you asking me about the new material, or you're asking me about the time?
Let's just go to new material now.
You know, because you see, right now, that time when you're talking about, yeah, man, is why we have this new material right now.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Because I love what's going on. It's the perfect opportunity. It's a teaching moment for us all, and it's a perfect opportunity to see what growth we can garner out of the change where we can't change.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the only constant. You see what I say? I hear people complaining about the youths and how the music is, and you know the kind of music, and you get what I'm saying. And I'm happy to see the change in the sense. I look upon it from a spiritual point of view, that I know that something great will come out of this change.
Mm-hmm.
Out of this chaos. You see what I say? So this new material is really is the perfect time. It couldn't be a more perfect time for me to drop this new material, because it is something that, you know, me hear them are told the bells a long time now. I said, boy, you know, them kind of music are not available anymore, and the music they're on life support, and you get what I'm saying? Not realizing, say, a lot of this has been programming too, and a part of the program is the anomaly built into the program, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I say? And the programming comes from us thinking that every little part of the knock or anything, where the programming comes from not realizing, say, the music have to change, whether it be positive or negative, but also that there's also a lot of work and talent that have to go into making good music, and it costs a whole heap of money to do it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people just really taking shortcuts when it comes to music, are probably as much as less opportunities as there is available for the people, the regular people, Jamaican people, or people, marginalized people around the world. It's the same less opportunities that is there for people who want to take music seriously, because firstly, we are not facilitated in any way. The youth, they weren't facilitated to make good music. Them just make a sound and I try to emulate what them see out there, if I follow along and do them thing. You understand? And I think those of us who know better should do better and make the best music what we can make. Remember, excellence is the bar. And not to forsake the youth them, because this is for them time when they are going to grow and learn from their mistakes. Because after all, them learn everything in the world except about themselves. So if we not teach them and show them the way, shortcut, what I'm saying, no money not spent on to make good music. And it's a dying breed of producers who love the music like that. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, funny enough, me I talk to somebody where they are well-known artist, where I tell me, say, boy, when I tell them, say, the reason why the music pop down is, as me that said, those without vision got no destiny, right? And it's something what we know. You know, people without vision are perish, and the man without a plan is doomed, right? So, he was saying, no, man, you know, vision are selfish, them selfish. Wait. And I'm like, okay, I mean, me have to just make it talk, because I'm sure he's not wrong by his opinion. You get what I'm saying? But I'm certain when I say kind of covers that too. And I said, say, boy, you know, if you know really have no vision towards the thing, then just like the leprechaun will just a hold up him, you know, a hold him pot of gold without using that same money if you make more money. You know what I mean? Eh? As I said, scared money don't make money. But because we have a perception, say this thing, the music where we are make now go be acceptable for a certain level if you not go down certain road or if you not please one certain amount of demographic, then it's not worth making. You get what I'm saying? And so they've kind of reached a crossroad in our music long time and decide not to have a think tank, you know, when it comes to the industry, if you kind of focus on, you know, our very best culturally. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
And then that's why I decided now was the time to really jump back in the ring and start putting out music.
Yeah, because I wouldn't say jump back in. You let me tell you something. The future is now, and you can always know. Say if you tune in if you really tune in, you can tell when the time is right. Because after all, you always had the goal.
Mm-hmm.
The goal was set. You get what I'm saying? And as them, you know, we say as we grow to learn, you know, never make a good opportunity waste. So as soon as the pandemic struck and you know came in, you know, we realized that the opportunity is there now because now everybody go be faced with them device so them love so much with them can't separate from. Mm-hmm. You know, through the device now you have everyone's attention. Rather than before the pandemic, they were more scattered. This was helping to scatter them more, but they had this plus everyday life to deal with on a daily. You get what I'm saying? So it was the right time, yes, when we figure out, say, you know what, we already was putting together something, so might as well just have that in mind and keep working toward this goal. Because this is where no, we can take the opportunity to fill this gaping hole, you know? Now that you have everybody's attention. See what I say? And because of that, this is why we are tell the people, you know, the youths, them particularly, look, them never teach about yourself, learn about yourself. Yeah, you're God, you can manifest the thing. See, even the scripture tell you, Jesus Christ himself tell you. You understand? So, think about the thing. This is how we are manifested right now. Anyone will see this video soon or very soon, by the time you see it, you know, later on you're going to hear something. And I just manifest, we manifest it. You overs? Just put in the work. I know that the youth them don't want to do nowadays. It seems like say everybody really want the thing to happen, but they don't want to put in the work. And you have to put in the work. You get what I'm saying?
For sure. And that's what you're doing, putting in the work right now on this new album.
Yeah.
When is the thing there? When is the date? Because I know we have a name, Pleasant Place.
Yes.
Is it actually coming out?
All right. More I'll tell you know, the great Miles Davis, and I learned this from one of my colleagues, you know, great Miles Davis said that when you're working on a project, something that's dear to your heart, you know, you better it 5 years too late than 1 day too early. You get it?
For sure.
So though I'm working on it, it was supposed to drop already, you know. It was supposed to have dropped already, you know. Okay? But me have minor setbacks, and as these things go, you know, you can't really pull down, especially if you're an independent artist, you know. When you have a big safety net or a company backing you, stuff get done, you know. But just when you're an independent, you really have to go with the flow. And, you know, this is how I know it's the right time because, you know, I was trying to drop this before. No. It was supposed to drop from last year, November, Coronation Day, 2nd of November. All right. So my target is for this quarter, you know. if not next month, it won't be. It might be in May, or or if not in May, it is definitely going to be in June, no longer.
Okay,
You get
so
what I'm saying?
between basically tomorrow and June, we'll have this album.
We will have this album.
Okay.
As I'm dropping a new single off it again, I want to at least this single that's out right now, the second single entitled Settle Down, is doing really well. You know, it has caused another single that is not going to be on the album that I did for the same producer, big up Addis Records, entitled Ready Done, is just moving up also because of this new single. So we have one more single to drop again, which we are looking into. It may be something pertaining to what is going on really relevant right now in the world with this war that is popping off, that is supposed to pop off, which of the people in the pangs of, fear right now, expecting a war to pop off anytime. This one is entitled When Will It Cease,
Good there.
So
Because I know you have other ones now that has more like a Afrobeat style, your conscious style. So you're giving them a piece of everything.
I'm giving you I want to give you a heads up that, check it out. If these three songs are the Afro style song entitled, on repeat,
And it has visuals to go with it.
and we have visuals to go with it, you can check me out on my on YouTube on repeat Jamali. And this new one entitled Settle Down. Oh my God, it's really doing well also.
I like that one there. That one there, it's the production on it is a big production. You could hear that it sounds big.
All right. And that's our whole approach here in 2022. So now you're going to hear sounds you probably never thought you would hear. And at this level also. You get what I'm saying? Because if you follow the programming, you're programmed to believe that there's nothing good that can ever come out of Jamaica anymore. You get what I say? Word concerns that. And it is not true. This is something which is undying, And it's something where you just go away, before it go away, them say it have to be a silver, nothing made. So the first one on repeat, this one Settle Down, the third one I'm gonna release, before the album drops, is entitled When Will It Cease. This one is going to be another bomb. So may I show you if these are what me can give you a heads up off for the album, then can you just imagine what's coming on the album,
You understand right there. And if they wanted to check out the album and stuff, where could they check out this album here?
Well,
not even the album, where they could check out the singles to get ready for the album.
Well, if you're watching right now, you're interested to, lead with I on Instagram or Facebook, I am there, I'm on Instagram as The Real Jamali, 3 words, The Real Jamali, but with an underscore between the words. Okay. So it's the _real _Jamali on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Jamali twice, right? So it's Jamali on Facebook. Or, Roaring Rast Productions. That's my production label, on Facebook also. You can reach me, So, yeah, man, that's where you can find me. And if you stay in touch, I'm doing as much promotion as possible. Thankfully, I get a little strength on the radio, and the different media houses. Just did an interview with some well-noted radio station in the black mecca of Georgia, Atlanta, and I'm getting some good feedback so far on repeat. So me expect to carry on the thing, carry it on. As me I said, full up that great hole, make them know say that gap that's there. I make them know say we there, man, and we never gone nowhere, man. It's because infiltrators infiltrate the music and not really really want to kill the culture, really, because the culture music and the conscious music I wake up too much people. You know the way they really I make people realize. So I hope that by the help of God and this big right hand, we give I and I the strength to overcome, and yeah, bless I and I for, with I and I ancestors blessing also to go
Definitely.
forward and deliver to, the now, and the future is now. The now we are doing.
You're right
What do you
right
say?
now.
Yeah, man, I show them, man. Because we can do it,
Get it. You definitely get it.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
thank you so much for sitting on with us here on the Entertainment Report podcast to get a look into the mind of somebody like Jamali that's been in this business from in the 80s till right now. So we could see the things how you seen it also, you understand?
I hope so, man. I hope so. That so we're supposed to be teaching. The Bible it tell us, it said the singers and the players are and instruments are my springs are in thee. It also tells you in Chronicles and in First and Second Kings about the special place. The singers have always have a special place in the whole kingdom, the government, the things are supposed to be governed. Then we are teachers, we're priests, we're prophets. So and we're supposed to lead the way for the people, and you're not supposed to be doing this for profit or for infamy. You're supposed to be living out your life, your art to the best of your ability. And that's what I try to do, man. Live out my life through my heart to the best of my ability to represent my country, Jamaica, my people, Jamaicans, and Africans, melanated people across the world in general. That's what I say.
You understand?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yes, I am.
Big boss, let me give you an outro and get you out of here, all right?
Yes, I am.
Bob. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Huts Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.